Good morning, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on October 17th, 2017 at around 10:20 in the morning Eastern Time. And the star of today's show is the new Samsung washing machine, which I am currently running in calibration mode, which apparently takes about 3 minutes. It just has the tub rotating it. Oh, now it seems to be done faster than 3 minutes. So I put the detergent and the washing soda in. The manual says if you're going to use both of those things, better to put it in the drum rather than use the dispenser, which is located up here in the corner. It's a little tray you pull out. Have to take the liquid dispenser thing out of it. I'll load the clothes here now. I've got a bit of everything in there, some socks and underwear and jogger pants, and I got wool pants and a wool shirt, which I wouldn't mind getting shrunk down a little bit more. See how this bad boy does here. It seems the delivery guys turned on my water yesterday and I didn't notice them doing that. That kind of pisses me off. Now the magic is starting to happen. We got the hot water, the high temp or the high spin, the heavy load, or the soil level. We're going to do a heavy duty thing here. It's starting to do stuff in there now. Let the magic begin. It's kind of a daunting sight to see this. Something I'm very unused to. Just finished the rinse cycle. I got down here just almost with the... Oh, maybe it's going to do some more rinsing. Here's the little panel. I don't know what that 31 means. I need to install this. Apparently there's an app I can get on my phone that the machine will talk to me and tell me what's going on. Oh, yeah, there it goes. One more something there now. I did ask for extra rinse. Maybe that's going to be the start of the extra rinse here. Very spiffy. The actual wash cycle took about almost an hour, and maybe even a bit over an hour. I'll say almost an hour. It's been draining okay up here into the hose here with a little plastic hose thing. Even with the little right angle bend there. That's the fastest I've seen the thing go. Of course, I've not been down here the whole time. Now it looks like it's starting the second rinse. This is about 12:05 in the afternoon now, Eastern Time. I put this load in at 10:40, so it's been about an hour and 20 minutes. The original estimate was an hour and 50 minutes, so let's see if this thing shuts down in about a half hour. I don't know what that numbers thing's for. So now it's 1400 Eastern Time. And my good friend Mike Hill just left with his dog. He came up for a brief visit, and he showed me a neat little holster, little cross-draw holster thing for his Leica M10 that it's very spiffy. I think he said he got it in Germany. It was like $160. He says in the U.S. they're like $275, $280. Very nice little unit. Very well made. It's a Leica product. It's not an aftermarket product for the camera. This is for his M10 that he's using now. Nice setup. I don't think I'll be getting one, but it's a nice setup. So I never really did see when this washing machine stopped. And of course you can't hear it. You can't hear it run. It's so quiet. It makes all little beeps and sings to you and plays a little music to you, but you can't hear it. You can't hear it when you're upstairs because it's downstairs in the basement. So after he left, I went down and, indeed the laundry was done. These dishes are done. That's a great line from a movie where they're shooting dishes with a shotgun off the roof, like skeet or trap, whichever applies. I never could get the difference of that stuff straight. And so this laundry is done, and so I did figure out how to open the door. The thing had turned itself off. Well, that's good. The clothes were quite dry. They were quite clean. Shouldn't take too long in the dryer now, as dry as these things are. I will say they had a very, very stale, almost sour smell to them. Sour is probably a more accurate word. Stale, musty, soury, all of those adjectives would apply. I left the door open down there, and I've got the dehumidifier that I run year-round anyway going, and it sits basically right next to the washing machine. I'll be interested to see if over time, this smell situation abates. There were no leaks. It drained just fine. The hose didn't blast around and flop around from the back of the washing machine up to the little U-bend thing that goes out into out the side of the house. So I'd say all in all a fairly good experience. I did download the Samsung Smart Washing Machine app from the App Store on my iPhone. I think I got it to match, but since it wasn't running or, it wasn't in the middle of a cycle, I couldn't get a sense of how the thing worked. So that'll be an adventure for next time. So all in all, a fairly benign day. I ordered a couple of presents for Tony's sister and brother-in-law that were so hospitable and generous to me when I stayed there with them for 2 days. Of course, it's going to take about 2 or 3 weeks for them to get the stuff, but I did email her and gave her a heads up that it will be coming and thanked them for their hospitality, which I hadn't done heretofore. Oh, go away, Bee. Get away. Just don't mess with me, please. I got a bee in here. Go away. Don't make me whine and sound like a whiner. What I did want to whine about a bit last night was I went to bed probably a little earlier, but I read my new Philip Jenkins book. And I'll talk to you about that maybe in another day or two. Basically, I'll read anything that Philip Jenkins has written. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten all his books. There's about 3 or 4 out there I haven't gotten yet. Philip Jenkins is a religious historian. I don't know what place he's working out of now, but worth reading anything he writes. So I did drift off to sleep probably around 8:30 or so. And so at 9:25, just after I'd gotten into like the good part of sleep, my phone rings, my cell phone rings. I keep it right next to me. And it's this woman from church. God bless her. God bless her. And she wanted to tell me about it's some relative, and she told me the relation. It's like brother-in-law or sister-in-law or son's ex-wife or some damn thing. I don't know. Daughter-in-law, quasi-daughter-in-law. And apparently, this woman had been beset, and apparently beset for quite some time with a very painful upper right thigh. Let me give you the entire story. A very painful upper right thigh. Well, that's just too bad, isn't it? It is. It's sad. And so this woman had enlisted my friend's help to take her to the ER yesterday. Where, of course, since it was at the ER, they spent the better part of the day. And she was given the following therapy for this upper right thigh pain. She was given an x-ray. And apparently somebody did look at the x-ray. And then she was given an ibuprofen and sent out the door. And so this woman wanted me to add her to the prayer list, which I got up and duly did. Adding one more person, one more unfortunate bit of flotsam and jetsam from humanity, that this woman knows that she is stuck on the prayer list. It's now almost over 12 or 13 people that she's got on that list. Almost all of them are relatives in one way or another. So then I went back to bed. And of course, since I was awake, I went ahead and read some more Philip Jenkins. So that was my adventure last night. So I'll say bye-bye, YouTubers here, and wish me luck on getting that smell out of that washing machine. Okay. Bye-bye.